Have you ever wondered what the future holds if a prophecy from centuries ago turns out to be true? Nostradamus, the renowned seer, left behind enigmatic predictions about the world, including one for the year 2025, a year he described as a time of chaos. Surprisingly, this prophecy seems to connect to a modern figure we least expect, Kate Middleton, the Princess of Wales. Kate Middleton is not only a symbol of grace and resilience within the British royal family but also faces monumental challenges as she steps into the shadow of Diana's legacy. Can Kate rise above the turbulence hinted at in this prophecy? How will global changes and internal royal family upheavals shape her journey? Join us as we delve into Nostradamus's cryptic predictions, the signs of turmoil in 2025, and Kate Middleton's pivotal role in facing destiny. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated on this captivating story. As the world catapults into 2025, the year is shrouded in uncertainty and complexity. The chaos anticipated by many, not least by the enigmatic prophecies of Nostradamus, seems to loom over global affairs, societal structures, and individual lives alike. While Nostradamus's verses are often cryptic, their eerie resonance with present realities compels us to reflect on the state of the world. From climate catastrophes to technological upheavals, geopolitical tensions to shifting social paradigms, the narrative of 2025 is one of transformation through chaos. This chaos manifests not just in isolated events but as a tapestry of interconnected crises. At the heart of it all lies the question, how do we adapt? As systems and institutions falter, humanity's response to the chaos may define not only the trajectory of the year but the course of the future itself. This chapter explores the turbulent forces shaping 2025 and the resilience emerging in its wake. The environmental reckoning. One of the most visible and immediate sources of chaos in 2025 is the environment. The effects of climate change, long forecasted by scientists and activists, have reached an undeniable tipping point. Natural disasters, once seen as sporadic events, have become relentless and severe. Coastal cities grapple with unprecedented flooding. Heatwaves shatter temperature records, and ecosystems face irreversible collapse. For millions, the climate crisis is no longer a distant threat but a lived reality. The chaos is particularly acute in regions already vulnerable to environmental degradation. Island nations face existential threats as rising sea levels swallow entire communities. In densely populated areas, resource scarcity sparks conflicts over water, arable land, and energy. Governments and organizations scramble to mitigate these crises, but the scale of the challenge often outpaces their efforts. Yet, amidst the destruction, there are glimmers of transformation. Grassroots movements advocating for climate justice gain momentum, forcing governments to adopt more aggressive environmental policies. Renewable energy projects accelerate, with breakthroughs in solar, wind, and battery storage technologies offering hope for a more sustainable future. The chaos of 2025 acts as a catalyst for innovation, compelling humanity to confront its environmental negligence and chart a new path forward. Technological upheaval. If the environmental crisis represents chaos in the natural world, the realm of technology introduces chaos of a different kind. The rapid pace of technological advancement in 2025 reshapes economies, cultures, and human relationships. Artificial intelligence, AI, once a tool confined to specific domains, now permeates every aspect of life. From autonomous vehicles to AI-driven healthcare, the potential for progress is immense, but so is the potential for disruption. One of the most contentious developments is the proliferation of AI-generated content, blurring the lines between reality and fabrication. Deepfake videos and AI-written narratives challenge the credibility of information, creating an environment where truth becomes elusive. Social media platforms struggle to combat misinformation, while governments grapple with the ethical implications of AI surveillance. The chaos extends to the labor market. As automation continues to displace traditional jobs, entire industries face upheaval, forcing workers to adapt or risk obsolescence. While some embrace retraining programs and new career paths, others find themselves left behind, exacerbating socioeconomic divides. At the same time, the tech sector thrives, with innovators racing to develop the next transformative technology. The duality of technological chaos is evident, while it disrupts, it also creates opportunities for reinvention. Geopolitical instability. 2025 is also a year marked by geopolitical chaos. Long-standing alliances are tested, and new rivalries emerge as nations vie for influence in an increasingly multipolar world. Trade disputes, territorial conflicts, and cyber warfare dominate headlines, creating an atmosphere of uncertainty and tension. The chaos is particularly pronounced in regions where power vacuums have emerged. In the Middle East, competing factions struggle for control in the aftermath of U.S. troop withdrawals, while in Eastern Europe, simmering tensions escalate into open conflict. These flashpoints have global ramifications, as major powers are drawn into the fray, further complicating the geopolitical landscape. International organizations, designed to promote cooperation and stability, face unprecedented challenges. The United Nations, NATO, and the World Health Organization are criticized for their perceived ineffectiveness in addressing global crises. Yet, this instability also spurs efforts to reform these institutions, as nations recognize the need for collective action in an interconnected world. Social fragmentation and transformation. On a societal level, 2025 is a year of profound fragmentation and transformation. The chaos of the times is reflected in the polarization of communities. As cultural and ideological divides deepen, social movements advocating for justice and equality face resistance from entrenched power structures, resulting in clashes that reshape the political and cultural landscape. At the same time, the chaos fosters resilience and solidarity. Communities come together to support one another in the face of adversity, whether through mutual aid networks, advocacy campaigns, or grassroots organizing. The rise of digital platforms enables marginalized voices to amplify their messages and mobilize global support, challenging traditional hierarchies and driving social change. The role of leadership. In times of chaos, leadership plays a crucial role in shaping outcomes. 2025 tests leaders across the globe, as they navigate crises that demand not only decisive action but also empathy and vision. For some, the chaos becomes an opportunity to rise to the occasion, inspiring confidence and unity. For others, it exposes weaknesses and exacerbates divisions. Leaders in the private sector also face scrutiny, as corporations are increasingly held accountable for their impact on society and the environment. In 2025, ethical business practices become more than a buzzword, they are a necessity for survival in a world where consumers demand authenticity and responsibility. Resilience amid chaos. Despite the turmoil, 2025 is not solely defined by chaos, it is also a year of resilience. From individuals adapting to personal challenges to entire societies reinventing themselves, the capacity for transformation is a recurring theme. The chaos acts as both a disruptor and a motivator, forcing humanity to confront its vulnerabilities and discover its strengths. Stories of resilience emerge from every corner of the globe. A farmer in sub-Saharan Africa adopts innovative irrigation techniques to combat drought. A tech entrepreneur in Silicon Valley develops a platform that democratizes access to education. A teenager in a flood-stricken community organizes a relief effort that saves countless lives. These stories, though disparate, share a common thread: the ability to adapt and thrive in the face of chaos. Conclusion: a year of reckoning and renewal. The chaos of 2025 is undeniable. But it is not insurmountable. Whether through environmental action, technological innovation, geopolitical cooperation, or social solidarity, humanity has the tools to navigate this turbulent year. The key lies in recognizing that chaos and transformation are two sides of the same coin. As we move forward, the lessons of 2025 will serve as a reminder that even in the darkest times, there is potential for growth and renewal. The chaos may test our limits, but it also reveals our capacity for resilience, creativity, and compassion. In the end, it is how we respond to the chaos that will define not only the year but the future of humanity. In the face of the chaos of 2025, there are countless stories of transformation that stand as testaments to humanity's ability to adapt, innovate, and rise above adversity. While the world may seem overwhelmed by crises, environmental, technological, and geopolitical, these narratives offer hope and demonstrate that even amidst chaos, individuals and communities are capable of remarkable reinvention. These stories reveal how, in the most challenging times, transformation can emerge not as a mere response to crisis, but as a proactive force that reshapes the world for the better. Rebuilding after disaster: the resilient spirit of communities. The devastating natural disasters of 2025 hit with an intensity never before seen. From the floods in coastal cities to the wildfires that rage uncontrollably in the forests of the Pacific Northwest, entire communities are uprooted and displaced. The scale of destruction is staggering. Yet from these ashes arise powerful stories of rebuilding and renewal. In a small coastal town in the Philippines, devastated by a typhoon that swept away homes and infrastructure, a local community leader named Maria led an effort to not only rebuild but to reimagine the future of her village. Drawing upon lessons from the past and new sustainable practices, she organized a collective effort to build homes that were more resilient to future storms. Utilizing eco-friendly materials and design techniques that minimized environmental impact, rather than relying solely on external aid, Maria inspired her neighbors to take part in the rebuilding process, fostering a spirit of self-reliance. By creating a model for sustainable rebuilding, her village became a symbol of hope and innovation in the face of disaster. In the aftermath of a chaotic and destructive event, the people of Maria's community came together to transform their lives and their surroundings, turning vulnerability into strength. Tech innovations that saved lives: AI in medicine. In the midst of the technological upheavals of 2025, one of the most profound shifts occurred in the realm of healthcare. AI, which had previously been seen as a tool for automation, was harnessed in unprecedented ways to tackle the global health crises exacerbated by the chaos of the year. With resources stretched thin, medical professionals increasingly turned to artificial intelligence to assist in diagnostics, patient care, and even to help distribute medical supplies where they were needed most. One transformative story comes from a team of engineers and doctors in a research facility in Berlin, where an AI system was developed to predict and diagnose viral outbreaks before they reached pandemic levels. With the world still reeling from the aftershocks of earlier health crises, this AI system, nicknamed Savior, was able to detect patterns in viral mutation and transmission that human eyes could not, enabling rapid responses to emerging threats. when a new variant of a virus began circulating in Asia. The system alerted global health authorities in time for them to contain the outbreak before it could spread worldwide. What began as a response to a singular crisis became a global tool, revolutionizing the field of preventative medicine and saving millions of lives in the process. The story of Savior is a testament to the power of AI, not as a force of destruction, but as an instrument of healing and foresight. Political transformation, rising leaders of the Global South. Amid the geopolitical instability of 2025, one of the most profound shifts was seen in the political landscape of the Global South. Countries that had long struggled under the weight of poverty, corruption, and political unrest began to experience a wave of political transformation led by a new generation of leaders. These leaders, many of whom had grown up witnessing the failures of past administrations, sought to build more inclusive and equitable societies. In Brazil, for instance, a young politician named Camila Costa, a former activist turned senator, rose to national prominence on the heels of a widespread grassroots movement calling for systemic change. Costa, who had long advocated for environmental justice and indigenous rights, became a leader of a new coalition government focused on sustainability, technological innovation, and social equity. Under her leadership, Brazil transitioned to renewable energy at an accelerated pace, while also investing heavily in education and healthcare for its most marginalized communities. Costa's political rise is part of a broader trend in which youthful energy and fresh perspectives challenge the traditional power structures of the Global South. This shift is not without its challenges. Entrenched corruption and international interests that benefit from the status quo pose significant obstacles. However, these leaders remain undeterred, driven by a vision of a future where prosperity is shared and environmental stewardship takes precedence over exploitation. Through their efforts, entire nations are reimagining their place in the global order, transforming political instability into a call for renewal. Cultural renaissance, art as a catalyst for change. In the face of chaos, art often emerges as both a mirror and a motivator for change. In 2025, amidst the cultural fragmentation and societal upheaval, a cultural renaissance took shape, led by artists and creators who used their work to challenge norms, express dissent, and offer new narratives for the future. From digital art and interactive installations to music and literature, art became a way to process the chaos of the times while also providing a platform for transformation. One such example is the rise of cyberactivism, where digital artists and activists used virtual reality to create immersive experiences that highlighted social inequalities and environmental degradation. In New York, a collective of young digital artists created a virtual exhibition called The Future We Want that allowed visitors to experience potential futures, both dystopian and utopian, based on the choices humanity made in response to climate change, political corruption, and technological advancement. The exhibit went viral, with millions of people engaging with it across the globe. In this virtual space, viewers could see the impact of their actions on the planet and society, sparking conversations about collective responsibility and the importance of systemic change. By merging technology with art, this movement created a powerful platform for raising awareness and encouraging people to reimagine their futures. Art, once a passive observer of society, became an active participant in shaping it, revitalizing education, transforming minds for a new world. Perhaps the most profound transformation in 2025 occurred in the field of education. The chaos of the year made clear that traditional systems of learning were ill-equipped to address the challenges of an ever-evolving world. As schools shut down due to climate events and the ongoing impact of the pandemic, innovative solutions for education began to take shape, reshaping how knowledge is imparted and consumed. In several regions. Decentralized. Tech-driven learning platforms became the backbone of education. One such platform, founded by a group of educators and technologists in Kenya, revolutionized access to education for millions of students in Africa. Through a combination of offline content, mobile apps, and interactive storytelling, they created a learning ecosystem that was accessible to children in remote areas with little to no internet connection. This initiative, which began as a response to the closure of schools during a global health crisis, eventually expanded into a global movement to decentralize education and democratize access to learning. Students not only gained academic knowledge but also developed critical thinking, problem solving, and collaborative skills that were essential for the challenges of the 21st century. By placing education in the hands of the people and leveraging technology to make learning accessible to all, this initiative transformed the way the world thought about teaching and learning, making education a force for liberation rather than a tool for control. Conclusion: transforming chaos into opportunity. The stories of transformation in 2025 are far from isolated incidents, they are a reflection of a larger collective movement toward resilience and reinvention. From local communities rebuilding after disaster to global movements advocating for political, environmental, and social change, humanity has demonstrated an incredible ability to adapt, learn, and thrive in the face of adversity. While the chaos of 2025 may have initially seemed overwhelming, these stories reveal that it is often in the darkest times that we are forced to confront our deepest challenges and, in doing so, uncover new possibilities. The transformation born from this chaos is not just about surviving, it's about thriving in a way that redefines what is possible. These stories show us that through innovation, resilience, and collaboration, we have the power to shape a future that is more sustainable, just, and hopeful than we could have ever imagined. The chaos of 2025, while intense and disruptive, ultimately serves as a crucible for the birth of a new world. The events of 2025 have forced humanity to confront unprecedented challenges. Yet they have also revealed an extraordinary capacity for adaptation, innovation, and transformation. Amid the chaos of political upheaval, climate disaster, technological disruption, and health crises, the world has witnessed stories of resilience and renewal. From communities rebuilding after devastating storms to political leaders rising from grassroots movements, the collective response to the turmoil of this year has proven that, in times of adversity, humanity can not only endure but thrive. As we look back on the events of 2025, it is crucial to understand the lessons learned. These lessons are not only relevant for navigating the current moment but will shape the course of our future. Here, we reflect on some of the most important takeaways from this transformative year. 1. The power of resilience and community. One of the most prominent themes of 2025 has been the power of communities to rebuild, adapt, and innovate, whether in the wake of natural disasters or economic collapse. It is the strength of local communities that has often been the driving force behind recovery. The examples of towns and villages, such as the one led by Maria in the Philippines, demonstrate that resilience is not just about individual survival but about collective action. Communities that come together to support one another, share resources, and work toward a common goal are better equipped to face crises and emerge stronger than ever. In the future, it is vital that we continue to foster this sense of community and cooperation. By prioritizing local empowerment and ensuring that communities are not left to fend for themselves during crises, we can create a foundation for a more resilient world. 2. The need for technological innovation. The role of technology in 2025 has been transformative. particularly in fields like healthcare, education, and disaster response. The story of AI-assisted diagnostics and preventative medicine is a clear example of how technological innovations can directly save lives and improve societal well-being. The success of these innovations has demonstrated that, when applied thoughtfully, technology can be a powerful force for good, offering solutions to problems that once seemed insurmountable. However, the rapid pace of technological development also brings significant risks, particularly when it comes to issues like privacy, surveillance, and equity. The challenge moving forward will be to harness the potential of technology while ensuring that it is used responsibly, ethically, and in ways that benefit all of humanity, not just a select few. 3. Political change is possible. The rise of leaders from the global south, such as Camila Costa in Brazil, highlights the power of grassroots movements and the potential for political change even in the most entrenched systems. These new leaders bring fresh perspectives and a renewed commitment to sustainability, equity, and justice. The stories of political transformation in 2025 show that change is not only possible but necessary. Political systems that have been slow to respond to the pressing issues of climate change, social inequality, and economic instability are increasingly being challenged by new generations of leaders who prioritize the well-being of the planet and its people. While these transformations are not without their challenges, the lessons learned in 2025 show that political renewal is possible. The key to making this change enduring will be continued support for democratic processes, an emphasis on transparency and accountability, and the cultivation of leadership that prioritizes the common good over personal or corporate interests. 4. The importance of art and culture in times of crisis. Amidst the political and environmental crises of 2025, art emerged as a vital tool for reflection, activism, and healing. The rise of cyberactivism and digital art, as seen in The Future We Want exhibition, showcased how art can inspire change and provide a platform for marginalized voices. Art has the ability to transcend borders and speak to universal truths, helping people process their experiences, challenge the status quo, and envision new futures. The lessons from this year show that culture, in all its forms, plays a crucial role in shaping our collective consciousness and driving social change. In the face of adversity, art has the power to unite, provoke thought, and spark the collective imagination needed to address the world's most pressing challenges. 5. Education is the foundation for long-term change. Perhaps the most profound transformation of 2025 was seen in the field of education. As traditional systems faltered, new approaches to learning emerged that were more flexible, inclusive, and accessible. The work done in Kenya to provide education to children in remote areas through mobile technology and offline content highlights the importance of decentralizing education and making learning opportunities available to all, regardless of location or socioeconomic status. The lesson here is clear: education is the foundation upon which a better future is built. By empowering individuals with the knowledge, skills, and critical thinking abilities they need to navigate an increasingly complex world, we can ensure that future generations are equipped to tackle the challenges ahead. Moving forward, we must prioritize education not just as a means of academic learning but as a tool for social and economic mobility, personal development, and global citizenship. 6. The environment must be our priority. The environmental crises of 2025, fueled by climate change, natural disasters, and human exploitation of resources, serve as stark reminders of the urgency with which we must address environmental issues. The destruction of ecosystems and the loss of biodiversity have far-reaching consequences that affect not only the planet's natural systems but also human health, security, and prosperity. In response to these challenges, there has been a growing movement toward sustainable practices. From renewable energy initiatives to regenerative agriculture and circular economies. These efforts offer hope for the future. But they also highlight the need for urgent and systemic changes in the way we interact with the environment. The lesson here is simple: environmental stewardship must be at the forefront of every decision we make. From policy to industry to daily living. Looking ahead, a world reborn from the chaos. The lessons learned in 2025 offer valuable guidance as we move forward. The chaos of this year, while difficult and disruptive, has also provided an opportunity for reinvention. The stories of transformation we have seen show that even in the darkest moments, there is potential for growth, change, and renewal. By embracing the power of community, harnessing technological innovation, fostering political change, elevating the role of art and culture, prioritizing education, and committing to environmental sustainability, we can shape a future that is more just, equitable, and sustainable. The path ahead is not without its challenges. But if we hold steadfast to the lessons learned in 2025, we can create a world that is not defined by chaos but by resilience, hope, and transformation. The future is in our hands. And the story of our time is still being written. Let us make it one of renewal, progress, and shared humanity.